Welcome to Privars Fiskeflur. Today I'm going to present for you my dubbing brush machine. This machine is based on a sewing machine motor, and I'm gonna explain all the details for you. How I made it, what materials I've been using, and the functionality. Okay, let's take a closer look. Well, first of all, you have this sewing machine motor. This is connected to a speed reducer. I'm not gonna explain all the wirings because I'm not an electrician. I had a friend of mine help with that. And then you have this dubbing brush table that is based on a laboratory jack that can, I'll try to explain it, just turn this knob and you see the table raises up like this. And on this table I have this little groove in the middle there to place the wiring. This is especially useful to create small thin dubbing brushes. Okay, and this is the other part. This is two round knobs connected with a threaded post and spring in between there to, when you turn this motor, this wire will compress, and you see this will give after to avoid the breaking of the wire. And I also made this large wheel to spin this wiring counterclockwise, because the motor, it spins clockwise. Now I'm gonna turn this knob a little. This is very sensible, so I just have to turn it very slowly. You see? If I turn it too much to the right, it will spin too fast and it will break my wire. But if I have very nice feeling on this, just a little bit, you see, it spins just right. Okay, here's the last overview of this. I made this little room here under the threaded rod. You can see I have some place something inside there, some materials and some other stuff. And on the top here I could easily drill some more holes for more tools. That's gonna come afterwards. And I also made this little knob here, like a handle to turn this wheel, but I usually just spin it like this. And you have this eye screw on each side. This is the side without the motor, and I just did the same on this side. The side is on the motor. This round knob is drilled a little hole on the back of it and turn, and I pressed it onto this shaft that comes out from the electrical motor. This motor spins in 13 rounds per minute. That's quite fast. And this board is just an ordinary pine board that I had laying in my basement. And the materials on this is oak. It's a table leg that's been I had in my basement, and I used some MDF plate, some board for making this whole machine. And this part here is oak, because this is more hardwood. I want to replace this one with oak later on, because it keeps the shape much better. But I have just not screwed anything. I just used my nail gun to make all these pieces come together. It's easy for me to just use a little hammer and just change this, because this part here is just screwed on to this threaded rod. The last one I'm going to tell you about with the making on this machine is just in that part in center of this rounded knob there is some threaded inserts to match the threaded rod. So this part I just glued in place, and this is just screwed on. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a little brush for you so you can see how this works in action. So follow on and watch it. Well, now I'm gonna attach this stainless steel wire that is 0.15 millimeters and attach it to this side and lightly spin the motor. So this attaches the snip of the waist like that, and drag it over to this side and spin it counterclockwise, because the motor spins clockwise so it don't unravel. So now I take my dubbing wax and just lightly coat this wire with dubbing wax. This is ski wax, and I adjust this length of this wire to go to this motor again, and adjust this, attach some wax on this one as well. So put that aside, and now I'm gonna put on the materials. But first I have my dubbing board like I showed you in the introduction, and I just let this go up like this till it reaches the wire like that. I have to have some stronger glasses for this. So, well, I have to go up a little more, I see, because I haven't reached the wire yet. There it is. So it's in the middle. Now I check my material. This is some material. I have some fibers that has a lot of kink in it that builds up, and I have this measure tool I made. It's just made like this. You have this, that's about an inch each, like this, and have this wooden block that I can put this like that and just adjust. I want about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches length of this brush fiber, and I find my scissor. I have it lying inside here, and just take my material and just have to turn this, because I like to see what I'm doing. Snip off in the right length. So put that material, place it on top of this wiring. Take another clump just as long as the previous one. Put that, and afterwards I'm gonna spread this out a little so it becomes even. I just have to cut up enough materials so it make my brush complete. So put that onto there, go along, take another clump of materials. Most people use EP fiber for this, but I don't have that in hand in this color, but I have this one. This is a nice material, so I use it. But you can use whatever you want. You can use natural furs. You can use marabou. You can use craft fur. There's a lot of materials to use this brush, using this kind of brushes. So try to make it like this, and I'm gonna check it out and see that all the materials is become more or less even. I think I'm gonna have a little more materials to the last part of this brush. I have to clip off one last bunch of materials. So put the rest of the materials aside and place it onto the dubbing board. Let this go all around like this. Now it's time for some flash. I have this Angelina fiber to just go on top of this. You have to put on top of these materials evenly across this metal wire all the way over this. By the way, I'm filming this with an action camera, so I hope the sound is reasonable good. Just have to place all this Angelina fiber over the cross of these materials, so it spins in together with this. Just have to distribute the rest of the bunch I have in my hand. So this was the last of it. Okay. So now I raise this hook up and this one as well, and I take this wiring I have that's full of ski wax, place it on top and just let it go over this hook, and I just use my go this way, just to close it up. So take the snipper, and guys, just keep hand on this tag. If you let this go loose, it will go out of your bobbin, but make a kink on it, just place it in the hole like that. Okay, now the time is, now it's getting really exciting. Just to lower this board a little bit, so don't make any pressure on this material, and I'm gonna turn this knob very carefully, so I make this go counterclockwise to avoid the materials coming out of this dubbing brush, and just have to spin this very carefully now. You see how it's very, very, very sensible. So I have to lower this board down to the bottom. You can also take it away, but it goes so long down, I don't have to take it away. Really. See how it spins? See, this spring here compresses. You have to watch this, because it compresses too much, the wire will break. Now it's time to use my butkin and just pick this fiber out. Let's put on some lighting so I see a little better. I don't want the fibers to just fall out of this brush before I have it shall not fall out of this brush. Just pick out the fibers gently with the butkin at first, so we can use the dog brush afterwards. Like this. Just hold the wire so it don't cause too much tension on the end points. So now I can use my dog brush. Just brush it out, because now the fibers is stuck inside. I can brush out these materials without the wire will break on me. You have to be so careful, of course, but like this, you see how nice this is gonna be. This is gonna go in materials of a lot of flies, and you can of course use this to change the color on the materials on this kind of brushes. You can have white, you can have black, you can have whatever kind of brush you want. I'm gonna show you a lot of brushes that I've been making in the last time after I got this dubbing brush machine, after I made it. And I think that's fairly good. I see it's not very much materials that been coming out of this, but if you have some materials coming out, you can use your comb. I have a large comb, and just take it in the dog brush and pick it out. You can save these materials for another brush, or just throw it in the bin. I throw it in the bin. So there you have it. Finished brush made out of some materials I had lying around and some Angelina fibers. And this brush is going to become very handy to make a lot of lights. And I'm going to show you how to make a nice little streamer with this brush. So follow on and see how I'm doing. But before I'm end this video, a little section, so I'm gonna tell you a little about as I use this. This is 0.15 stainless steel wire, and I have this 0.10 stainless steel wire for smaller brushes, not so coarse materials like for example marabou or craft fur. And you can also use some copper wire. This is 0.15 copper wire. I used it for some flies, some brushes, but there have to be the lighter materials. And you can also use this kind of glue stick on this double brush wiring to make the fibers stay better on it. But you see, now it's just for me to just cut off the end here. This, maybe I take this one. This wiring has some memory on it. I'm gonna show you. Cut it up. Just have to hold the wire and just let it spin. See, spins a little. You can comb it out, or just leave it like it is. So, and I advise you to just when you cut off this and you have tied some flies, place a little double glue so it don't materials don't fall out. So there we have this nice double brush. This is about I think it's about well, 60 centimeters, I think. Very nice long brush. So thank you all, and bye bye.
Okay guys, now I'm gonna make a little fly out of this brush and out of this brush together. I have one size 2 hook in the vise and I have some GSP thread. Touch this and snip it off and wind back about there, and have rest of these materials that I've been using for the brush, and I take out a little clump, taper it a little and let it go around the hook like this. So there you have it. Snip off the waist. Voila, there it comes. Now it's time to attach this wire, and I have my snippers ready, and I take one point of this and attach it securely to the hook. Be aware of this ends of this wire. It's very sharp, so don't cut your thread. Now it's time for me to just wind this on. I have some not so very closed windings, and I'm not gonna use so very much of this. I think about that because now it's time for me to just split it. Just try not to catch too much fibers, and like this, to wind my bobbin a little so I can have some tension on this. See, there is some memory in this wire, so just make it wind onto your hook very nicely. So keep this in tension, snip it off a little on not flush, but leave a little tag. That's for you to just wind backwards, so you can just tie it down on top of it. So see this little piece of wire sticking up, just let it go backwards like this, And now you can take your snippers and just snip it off quite flush. And you see now I'm building a little taper into this fly, and I can use my bodkin. I have it on the table there where I made my brush. Just get the fibers out like this, and I can use my little Velcro brush from Stonefall. It's very nice to have. See now, there's also some sticking out. Just keep them flush. So, there's another one. Have to take that in consideration when making this flies. Don't break your wire on these ends. Okay, you see, I've not used so very much of this this brush. So now I take, to preserve the rest of the fibers, I take my glue, just place a little dab of the glue on the ends there, let it dry, put that away, and it won't unravel on you. Okay, and I take a little, how to increase my tension on this bobbin. So I take a little double glue. It's a little too much, but it's okay. So now it's time for this second dubbing brush that's gonna form the head. It's gonna be a 2-toned fly this. So, and now I take, wind backwards, forwards, I mean. This is a brush made of kind of mohair materials with some flash in it. Just have to use the same procedure not to trap too many fibers. Like this. Now we can just make a little tag, little one. Don't cut it flush yet. Snip it off and bend backwards. So make a little thread bump here. Eventually go over this end of this dubbing brush, form a nice fine head. I use white thread because I can color it with my permanent marker afterwards. Okay, so now I take my whip finisher, or you can whip finish by hand, that's free of choice. So just cut it up, out, off. So now just have to clean my brush a little. So just use a comb on this side or another kind of materials tool you have. Stroke back. You see you have this nice fly. Just get rid of this trapped fiber. You can, if you want. See, I have this little piece of wiring sticking up. Just snip it off. Can cut off this ends there. See, just have to adjust this camera a little bit so you can see the whole fly. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice little fly. Now I'm gonna put on some ice and find my permanent marker. Have these markers in this cupboard here. Sorry about the mess. It's been real. I have some dark brown for the head, and I use some black for the markings. I'm gonna mark this, take the markings on this fly first. Use this twin marker. It's very fine point on this one, and a little larger one on that. I'm gonna use the larger one. So just have to start on the head, make some markings, stripes, fish like that. And on the tails as well. Keep the materials together. So, see, it has some very nice markings on it, and you can and now it's gonna place some eyes on it. I use this serious glue. I just have to use some force to get this cap off. Ah yeah, it sticks like hell. I have to do something on this cap to clean it up a little. No. Yeah. Just have to press on the bottom, and there we have some glue sticking up. Put that on the bodkin like that, and find a place where I place my eyes. I just eyeball it like that. And find the eyes. I have some laying around on my desk. Some yellow ones. Place the eye on the top of the dab and press down on it. It don't matter if you just squeeze the glue on the outside of the eyes. You can remove that excess glue afterwards. That was one side, and you take another dab of glue to place on the other side. Just measure out, find the same position like that, and just find the other eye without any hairs on it. Place it on top of this dab of glue, and just use your bodkin to press down on it like that. As you see now, this is gonna be a fantastic fly. You can, after you put this darker front on it, I don't want to use some scissoring on it, but if you don't have this nice dark markings on the front. You can use your scissor and just shape it, but I like this shape. It moves a lot of water. What remains for me now is to take this dark brown marker and just color this head of the fly. And use some I use some loon hardhead on the head here. Just it's very thin. Just coat this, and it's when it's dry, it's gonna be completely strong. This glue is gonna hold this ice in place. Don't worry about that. This is allergy free. At least I don't have any allergies with it. It's freakingly expensive, but well, guys, what don't you do for your hobbies? Do you have it? From brush to fly. This brush is made on my dubbing brush machine, and now you see one fly made of that brush. You have I'm gonna show you a little of the brushes I made with this machine. I have this one gray with some blue in it. You have this one very light blue. This one with some craft fur. And this one is dark brown with flash. You have this one in a blend material, and the list goes on and on. Here you have black. So I've got in this bag of mine, this box, a lot of brushes, and of course I showed you the groove in this pine board, that you can make this kind of thin brushes like this to use some small shrimps, nymphs, like for example this little fly here called a cobber basin. So the list goes on, and the possibilities are endless. So that's what I'm gonna say for you tonight. Now you've seen my new dubbing brush machine. I hope you liked it. Hope it can inspire you to make your own machines. It's I made that machine in the evening when I all got this motor and wiring ready. It's well, that's all, folks. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel if you want, and hit the notification bell. You will always get the latest videos from me. So bye bye and tight lines.